Okay, so this is a critical moment for the market because, as we will see in this video, the main indices and many other stocks, including those on our radar, are trading very close to their inflection points. It all depends on how the market reacts here in this area. This is gonna be decisive in determining whether the uptrend will persist or not. So if you are new around here, well, my name is Nathan. I'm a trader sharing my market readings in this channel. Here we talk about practical strategies that you can use based on technical analysis and price action. So welcome to the Finance Hydra channel. Now, as we can see here, the SPY is materializing a pullback, a short-term correction to its mid-term support levels over here, as we can see on the daily chart. The 565 is our major inflection point, which is very close to the 21-day EMA, the exponential moving average over here. So there is a double support level in this area. Now, if SPY materializes a pullback above the support level, fantastic. The bullish bias will persist. We're gonna see SPY making a new record high in the next few days or in the next few weeks. Now, Nathan, what if we don't materialize a bullish signal over here? Well, if we don't, then SPY is going to turn bearish on the daily chart at least, suggesting a sharper correction on the weekly chart, which we're gonna talk about later. For now, let's keep our eyes open around the 565, the 21-day EMA, this double support level over here on the daily chart. This key point is critical. It is the most important inflection point for the SPY. It was a previous resistance level over here, 1, 2, 3 times, and right now it is acting as a support level for us, following the principle of polarity in technical analysis, which says that previous resistance levels are gonna work as future support levels and vice versa. Another classic example of how the technique works over here, alright? Nathan, do you see a crystal clear, amazing bottom signal in this area? Well, yesterday we saw a bullish reaction, alright? An interesting bullish reaction. What's the problem? The problem is that we are not triggering this bottom signal, we are not confirming this bullish reaction, we are just making another bearish candlestick pattern. And in this scenario, if tomorrow or next week we lose this key point over here, it could trigger a very dangerous chart structure on the SPY, suggesting more correction ahead. All right, let's talk about it in a few minutes. Right now, the QQQ is also trading around its own 21-day EMA, which is slightly above the previous resistance level over here at $476, all right? Either way, it is a double resistance level as well, all right? Only if the QQQ loses this double support level over here in the next few days, then all right, we're gonna see a sharper correction on tech stocks. And it is quite interesting to see such pullback occurring just after closing this gap over here, $493, the previous open gap from July this year, all right? We just closed this gap and right now we are making a pullback. Nathan, is the QQQ, is the SPY bearish right now? Well, they are not bearish right now, all right? We are still maintaining the bullish bias. We are dangerously close to a critical inflection point that could start a sharper correction if lost, but so far our main indices are still trading above their main support levels. Therefore, if you ask me, there is still hope for a meaningful bullish reaction to materialize, all right? We are really trying to, but we need to see more confirmation. Now, how this is gonna affect our stocks? Because right now, Nvidia is going up 2.84% roughly the moment I'm recording this video. It is just exploding, all right? Yes, it is exploding. It is above the 21-day EMA again. We are not making lower highs, lower lows. We are still doing this, all right? Higher highs, higher lows. As long as we don't lose the previous support level at 113, Alright, the bullish bias will persist. Nathan, what if Nvidia collapses in the next few days over here? Let's watch the 113 very close. This is the most important support level for Nvidia. As long as we stay above it, the bullish bias will most likely persist, and any bullish reaction above the 21-day EMA, above the 113, could present just another buying opportunity, alright? Because a pullback is not enough to ruin the bullish bias, to frustrate the bullish thesis. Now, if we see a sharper correction, alright, if we see Nvidia losing the 113, great, maybe this is gonna be a very interesting bearish reversal chart structure called head and shoulders chart pattern, right? Especially if we don't break the previous top level, if we start dropping without making a new high, right? This could be a possible head and shoulders chart pattern suggesting a sharper correction to the $100. But guys, this is fiction, all right? It is not happening right now. As I always tell you guys, trading is reactive, it is not predictive. We can't possibly predict what's going to happen next. One of you guys in our last video, which was a live stream here on this channel, was accusing me, Nathan, you told us that Nvidia was going to retest the 130s again. How it is dropping so sharply today, right? Because today was 2 days ago, October 1st, all right? And guys, I told you guys this during our live stream. We can't possibly predict the future. Therefore, you should always work with strategy. You need to use stop loss, and you need to know where your target is before you even place the trade, because you're not gonna be right 100% of the time. I'm not right 100% of the time. I'm right roughly 67% of the time. However, according to our statistics, which you can see in our website, for every single dollar we lose in trades that went wrong, we make $2.09 for every single trade that goes right. And we are right 67% of the time. Therefore, this is how you achieve consistency, all right? Your gains must outweigh your losses by using a crystal clear strategy. Every single trade needs to have reasons for being executed based on technical evidence. Too often, I see people just buying and selling without a minimally formed plan, all right? And this is terrible. Many people buy stocks without knowing what to expect next, and when they start losing money and they don't want to sell at a loss, they just say, oh, this is a long-term investment anyways, right? Now, if you want to learn how to trade using strategy, well, completely free of charge, you can download my ebook on technical analysis, available on our Telegram channel, which is totally free to try, all right? You can learn the strategy in the ebook and see how we use it in practice and in real time to make our swing trading strategies. It is a gift. It's a gift from us to you who trust our service and want to learn more and boost your performance with us. Link in the video's description. Take a look at our Telegram channel, see how our signals work. And regarding Tesla over here, we see Tesla collapsing, rejecting yesterday's bullish reaction. Yesterday we saw a hammer candlestick pattern, all right? However, this hammer wasn't triggered. It wasn't triggered because we failed in breaking yesterday's high, and apparently we are not gonna close above yesterday's high as well. If we did, well, it would be just fantastic. But right now, there is no clear bottom signal in Tesla stock right here, right now. But Nathan, we are still very close to the 21-day EMA, and we are still above this purple trend line, which connects the previous bottom levels on Tesla. Yes, we are. Therefore, there is still time for a reaction. If we see another very good bullish candlestick pattern over here, if we see a very interesting bottom signal formed above this key point, it is gonna be just fantastic. Probably Tesla is gonna trigger another buy signal in the next few days, but we gotta see a crystal clear, meaningful bullish reaction as soon as possible. If we lose this purple trend line, then it is gonna be a very dangerous situation for Tesla. We could easily seek lower levels. There is, of course, the $233 support level over here, but we already lost the 245. We are losing the 21-day EMA. If we lose the purple trend line over here, well, it is quite easy to see Tesla losing momentum over here, and the 233 might not hold. Its price might not prevent a sharper correction over here on the weekly chart, especially because on the weekly chart, we just hit the 265. Alright, and as I have been telling you guys here in this channel for many months now, the 265 is a major resistance level for Tesla, long-term speaking. If we actually fail in closing above last week's low over here, Tesla is gonna trigger a below the stomach candlestick pattern over here on the weekly chart, a classic bearish reversal candlestick over here, which could bring a sharper correction in Tesla, possibly to the 21-week EMA next, meaning we could drop to the $220 again very easily. All right, so this is gonna be very interesting to watch. Right now, this purple trend line is the most important support level for Tesla stock. Speaking of weekly chart over here, we see Nvidia inside what seems to be a symmetrical triangle on the weekly chart. We gotta see an upwards breakout of this triangle in order to materialize another meaningful bullish reaction, long-term speaking. If we lose our support levels on the daily chart, if we lose the 113 over here and materialize the head and shoulders chart pattern we just described over here, then in this scenario, Nvidia could easily correct to the $100 next, which is very close to the base of this triangle pattern. All right, so this just reinforces our reading over here on the daily chart. This is how you do a multiple time frame analysis, by the way. Now, as we can see here, the QQQ is also materializing a bearish reaction, which seems to be an evening star candlestick pattern. All right, if we lose the 476, well, probably we're gonna trigger this evening star pattern over here on the weekly chart, suggesting a sharper correction at least to the 21-week EMA. Similarly, we see the SPY in a very dangerous situation as well, because the previous all-time high over here in July this year at 566, 564, it's 565, all right? Yes, 565 over here, which is the most important support level observed on the daily chart over here, along with the 21-day EMA. If we lose this key point, we could trigger an evening star over here as well, a classic bearish candlestick pattern over here, which, as you guys can see over here on Bukowski's website, it is a bearish reversal roughly 72% of the time. The above numbers are based on hundreds of perfect trades, and I teach you guys how to trade this pattern and the many other patterns on our ebook over here on technical analysis. Morning star, evening star. I also describe the statistics over here. I tell you guys the trading strategies and much more. Therefore, remember to download this ebook. It is totally free on our Telegram channel. You can just join us over there, see how it works. The link to our website is in the video's description. All right, now these are the most important key points in SPY, QQQ, Tesla, and Nvidia. AMD is also materializing a correction over here to the 21-day EMA. We are trying to react, however, we are leaving a long shadow above the candle's body today, which is particularly annoying. It is important to see AMD breaking and closing above the 162 in order to prevent a sharper correction on the weekly chart over here, especially because we are very close to a technical resistance level around 164, the previous all-time high from November 2021 over here, the previous top level from November 2021. So it is a very dangerous key point over here to materialize a top signal. So it is very important for AMD to maintain the price above the EMA, above the 162 in the next few days, maybe next week as well. Meanwhile, we see Palantir making a sideways correction back to the 21-day EMA, all right? The 21-day EMA is catching up with the price instead of the price meeting the 21-day EMA, all right? We are making a sideways correction, a time correction, and right now we are making an upwards breakout of this key point of the previous high, $38.19. As long as Palantir stays above this key point, it is gonna maintain the bull trend, all right? The bull trend will persist. What's Palantir's next technical target? $45, which is the all-time high, by the way. What's more, we are frustrating last week's doji pattern. We could materialize an evening star over here. So if you are bullish on SPY, if you are bullish on QQQ, this is the reaction you want to see on the indices right here, right now, because we need to break and close above last week's high in order to reject the possibility of a top signal over here. So Palantir is an example for us. NIO is also trying to correct, but as long as we stay above the $6.44, as long as we don't trigger a bearish pivot point over here, the bullish bias could just persist. We just need to break the $7.71 over here in order to materialize a bullish continuation chart structure back to the $9.57. This one is just exploding. It is right now at $6, almost $7. By the way, we bought NIO over here, right, on our Telegram channel. I gave you guys the signal over here, and then it just exploded. Right now, it is not a good buy because we are far from our support levels. We need to approach our support levels, and then when the risk-reward ratio becomes more interesting, makes more sense, then all right, we are gonna be allowed to buy using technique, using strategy, using price action, and of course, always knowing where our stop loss is gonna be, where our target's gonna be. Therefore, it would be very interesting to see NIO triggering this bearish pivot point. However, we need to wait for more confirmation. Of course, I'm gonna keep you guys updated every single day in this channel, so remember to subscribe because here you'll find daily unbiased analysis, always keeping this calm attitude, because we know that we can't control the market, but we can work with strategy. So subscribe if you agree with the philosophy of this channel. I highly appreciate your support, my dear friends. Thank you very much. Stay safe. See you guys tomorrow.